Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another video.
这个数字啊，在我们中国历史上，我们是非常清楚的可以看出来，中华民族每700年，它会大兴盛一次。
Okay, maybe today I can do a walk and talk video. Probably I've never done this, but since right now I'm in such a beautiful place, it's Shenzhen Riverside, I can try to do this. What are we gonna talk about today? Maybe we can talk about China, okay? I know this definitely has been your favorite because I posted some other videos about some Chinese factories, about the places I went to without any narration, without any speeches, and it didn't get many views. I knew that it's not gonna attract many views because I didn't intend them to present some ideas. I know to talk about China may interest you the most, and I know to talk about SerpentZA may interest a lot of you guys. To make more SerpentZA related videos may follow with YouTube algorithm the most. But I'm not gonna do that all the time because I don't want to be trapped by the YouTube algorithm, okay? So this is something interesting. I want to talk about the YouTube algorithm. Although in some of my earlier videos, I said he doesn't like China, he hates China, he hates the Chinese government. But maybe he doesn't really hate China and even the Chinese government that much. It's only because he finds the audience love to see him hate China, hate the CCP, you know. It's like he's an actor, okay? He's not being himself. He's pretty much trapped. But maybe Winston doesn't feel the same way because he gets more traffic, he gets more audience, he gets more support. It's about you're sacrificing your true opinions in order for more attention. That definitely brings you more money, of course, and brings you more personal influence and publicity, but you're not being your true self. For example, I made a video in the past about to tell the comparison between Nathan Rich and SerpentZA. I definitely said many crazy things, and I regretted posting that video, although it got me a lot of views. And it's fair to say that I wasn't pretty much balanced, and I was unprepared about that video. I didn't know how to do editing really well. It was a very bad video, but I don't know why. It got the most views. I got 3,000 views. It's the most viewed video in my YouTube channel. So what do? Do I just keep making crazy videos like that? Do I just keep making stupid videos like that or bad videos like that simply because I find that attracts the most views? I won't do that. I want to make better videos according to my standard. I want to be more like myself, and I will keep creating better content. I will definitely have to strike a balance between the public preferences and my true opinions. In China, the TikTok is really popular. The TikTok version is called Douyin. Okay, so there were a lot of grassroots people that made a huge fame over there. And some of them, they just did like stupid things, like doing like act like you know, really crazy shows. Okay, that's what they made them famous. It's kind of easy to understand because they want to make a living, and they probably would never change their life if they didn't make those crazy videos. But the thing I want to say is that once you establish your certain level of public fame, then it's time to be more like yourself, okay? In the beginning, you can be a little bit not like yourself, but after your channel becomes more mature, after more audience knows about you, it's time to be more like yourself. SerpentZA has been a very mature YouTube channel, but look at his videos, he's becoming less and less like himself. And I think SerpentZA's family, including his wife and his wife's family side in China, don't care that much about that because they think that is just SerpentZA's business, okay? You cannot take whatever SerpentZA says on the YouTube channel as what his true opinion is. If I'm SerpentZA's wife, I would definitely trust this is just something that SerpentZA tries to do because of his observation about the public taste. This is what I want to say. The YouTube algorithm is whatever they came up with, but we as viewers, we should decide, okay? Should we just get trapped by the YouTube algorithm too, okay? Do we choose to be trapped by the technology? The technology should be there to bring people closer, to increase mutual understanding. You know, it should not be the otherwise. I know one of the Google's models is do no evil, but YouTube, I think, is a Google's company, right? It is, in some way, it's doing a little bit of bad things to the public. Okay, it's to make YouTube channels like SerpentZA more popular, kind of increases the possibility of creating divide in the world. Okay, when it comes to the opinion about China. No, right now we're having a trade war. Look at that. We're having a trade war, and we're almost going to have a war with America. You know, they are going to have a war in Taiwan, which is the most terrible outcome possible. Okay, so do we just become slaves to the YouTube algorithm? I don't want to be. Do you want to be? It's clear to say that SerpentZA has become a slave to YouTube algorithm, although he probably doesn't think that, because he can see these two as separate things. His true personal opinions and his observation of the public favors. I know some of you will keep talking to me about freedom, but do you really think that you have true freedom? Don't you think there are actually things that make us less free? Not just the government. You don't think the technology is also making people not as free? You know, in the past, people have their life. You know, they go to parties, they meet people a lot. But right now, everybody just sticks their attention to their phone. Let's not get trapped by any of those. Let's not get trapped by the government's propaganda. Let's not get trapped by the media. You know, try to be ourselves. Like SerpentZA, be yourself. Come on. I don't believe that's really what you really want to say. It's only because you find the public audience favors that kind of narrative. For both YouTubers and the audience, my suggestion is that let us all be less trapped by the algorithm. Let the algorithm do its good things. Okay? Let the algorithm bring us closer. I mean, the YouTube algorithm is going to create a divide among people. These people, they shouldn't have been so much divided with each other if it was not for some of the YouTube channels. They want people to have stories over the YouTube platform. They don't want everybody just to find everything so boring. Do you really think that you are just so free because you have the Western style of democracy? I don't believe so. Right now in the West, the problem is that their freedom, I believe, is taken away by the bigger corporations. Okay, the bigger corporations are much more powerful than the government. They naively believe that they're totally free. Their opinions, their minds, their thoughts is kind of kidnapped by big corporations, by capital. That's about the side effect of the capitalism. Okay, in China, we also have some certain form of capitalism, but it's more for the economic growth. When it comes to thinking and thoughts and public opinion, it's not really much always opinionated, always being rigged by the capital and by the big corporations. Okay, it's the government. The government is trying to increase a certain level of mutual understanding among all the people. We may call that government propaganda, but I think that's a kind of form of good public propaganda. Okay, if a propaganda is to encourage more public good, why not? It's something good. If not everything, not all the information publicized by the government is propaganda. Okay, even if you call that propaganda, if it's bringing more good to the people, if it's actually doing good to the people, it's worth it. Why not? This is something good. Okay, I welcome such kind of propaganda. I want to see a better country. I want to see a better world. What do? Do I just go out there and give a speech? I'm not the president. Okay, so I rely on the government, the Chinese government, to bring more public good. Okay, I cannot just go out there and say, hey, let's do this, let's do that, let's do less bad things, let's do more good things. Okay, I cannot do that. Nobody will listen to me. So in China we have the government, but in the West, the government is not doing that kind of thing, because first of all, people there in the West, they think that's propaganda, and you know they just think that everybody just should be themselves, and that's the best. But the sad truth is that nobody is truly free. Okay, like this YouTube algorithm thing. Okay, everybody is trapped. The audience is trapped. The YouTubers are being trapped. This is really sad. I know you probably like me to talk about China, like such topics, about Chinese politics, about freedom, about democracy. I don't want to be trapped by the algorithm. I'm not going to keep talking about that like all the time. I find that kind of boring, because the more passionate you get about the politics, it means the more you are influenced by the government, the more affected you are by the public propaganda machine. You really think that if you attack China, then you're very free? No, if you attack China, and if you attack the Chinese government, it means that's what your government tells you to do. You know what the people in China are doing? They would like to focus on their life. They want to focus on and changing their own life. You know, they want to make money. They want to make their family live better. There should be no shame about that, okay? And there's nothing bad with that. Let's not be hypocritical about this, okay? You should not just pursue money. You should pursue freedom. You should pursue democracy. That's more important. That's something far more important than the money. Come on, don't be hypocrites, okay? When you are not rich enough, the most important thing is to get rich. Is it not? Let us ask some poor people in India. Do they want democracy more, or do they want prosperity more? Of course they want the more prosperity more. With the level of prosperity, then they can go on to talk about democracy, then they can talk about freedom. In the beginning, right now they're starving. You give them democracy, and you let the government just to leave them as they are. They want to be meddled, okay? The poor people in India, the poor people in China, they want to be helped by the government. They want to be meddled. They want more influence from the government because they need help. You know what I mean? China is not a rich country, although right now, I mean, this place, it looks very rich, but this is only a few isolated cases. But it does say a lot that China is going to change for the better. There will be more cities like this. There will be more cities like Shenzhen, like Hangzhou, like Beijing, Shanghai. And Yiwu, one of the classic examples of the success of small counties in China is Yiwu. China will change for the better. There are more opportunities in China than in America, because China is where America was in 19th century or 20th century. China is exactly under this path right now. It is in the curve of rising to the top, and America has reached its peak. Whenever a thing develops to its peak, it means it's going down, okay? It's just a matter of opposites. It's just a matter of cycle, okay? Everything undergoes this kind of cycle. Just a natural occurrence. This is like natural law. I remember there is a Taiwanese professor saying, for every 700 years, there is a big change. Same here in China.
7这个数字是很有意思的。你看西方有一句话叫 Lucky 7， 其实这个观念不太对。中国人的观念比较对，叫做逢七必变。66大顺，逢七必变。7这个数字啊，在我们中国历史上，我们是非常清楚的可以看出来。这是历史的统计，这不是预测。我们根据历史可以看到，中华民族每700年它会大兴盛一次。第一次在什么地方？在周公。第二次汉武帝。为什么外国人老叫我们汉唐？汉唐，就是因为我们汉朝的时候曾经非常的兴盛，到了唐朝也是一样。周公跟汉武帝相差700年，汉武帝到唐太宗相差700年，然后下面一次就是明太祖。可见呢，它这个兴衰，它是有一定的规律的。那明太祖以后呢？你去算，再加上700年，这个数字对大家来讲很有意思的，是2044年。
700 years ago, China was already very powerful, but after that, China becomes weaker and weaker, and now is exactly about the 700 years after their last prime. Okay, so right now they're picking up, but after another 700 years, China probably will go down because that's according to the rule of change. Okay, It's I Ching. It's a really classic Chinese literature of wisdom. So why not just everybody just admit that China is rising? The fact that everybody is saying, oh, China is not as good as America. Okay, China, you cannot compare China with America. That proves more about that we need to compare these two. Okay, if there is no point in comparing these two, you would never do that. Okay, of course China is not as developed as America right now, but China will become as good as America and will become or even better than America. Okay, China is just developing itself in its own path, and there's nothing bad with that. If all the countries need to discover their pattern of growth, you should not just stick to the Western type of democracy. You should not use a universal formula to grow and develop every country. Every country is different. They have different people. They have different economy. They have different backgrounds, religions. Okay, don't manage all the countries in the same way. Okay, there should be more diversity. Okay, maybe this is pretty much it about what I want to say about China today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you.